All right, George Rose, a great night of fights tonight, a great fight in the main event as well.
Yeah, I thought Liam Paro gave us possibly one of the fights of the year. Um, it, it, it was a lot closer, a lot more of a war than I expected. But the night in general, I thought there were some huge performances over the night. I thought the Sunday night Ken Aitken fight was fantastic. Sunday night on 48 hours notice comes in and puts on a performance like that, a split decision. I thought it went the right way, but I also think that Sunday night should be really proud of himself for what he did on such short notice. I thought Liam Wilson's win, amazing. That's the Liam Wilson that we've all got to love and enjoy watching. And I thought that he was back tonight. He was back. He was hungry. He was angry, and put on a fantastic performance. And yeah, Liam Paro facing adversity, digging in, fighting back, and against a big Frenchman. I thought it was a great fight and a great win.
What were you, I guess, expecting from the Frenchman? He was tough. He was big. He hurt Liam there a couple of times.
Yeah, look, I think there was a lot of unexpected with him. He showed himself as the fight went on, and early on you could see him he backed his speed and he backed his power, and I thought Liam's a better boxer than him. He's definitely a better boxer than him, but the Frenchman showed that he had a few tricks up his sleeve, and even late in the fight there when he looked like he was foxing a little bit. He took a couple of rounds off. I thought that was great for Liam. Liam just kept boxing through it, won them rounds, got them points that ended up being the difference in the end. But it just felt like he was still trying to save something. He wanted to save that one punch that he thought that he could end the fight with, and he was dangerous through to the end, through to the last punch. I was still, hoping that Liam would make him miss and keep moving, but he'd make him miss, and then he'd get in there and he'd mix it and he'd trade blows, and it made for a very entertaining fight to watch, but also a very scary one, knowing that bloke had power. He was very good.
Yeah, the critics perhaps will say that Liam got hit too much, and how will he go against the guys like Barrios and Crocker and those sort of guys? What do you say to that?
Well, I think with every fight you learn. It's a win, lose or draw. It's a lesson that you take from it, and you learn a bit about yourself. You learn a bit about what you could and should do in the ring, and I still think that even though he did get hit, he showed that he can take the hit, he can bounce back from it. And he spent half of the fight not being able to see out of one eye, and still managed to edge out a win and trade blows with a much bigger opponent. So I think he takes a lot of lessons from that. Not that he needs a whole lot. He's elite. He's already elite. He's fighting an elite guy. And when you're fighting guys like that, they can hit you, and they hit hard. Everyone hits hard. Everyone can hit you. So that's what you're going to expect when you're fighting guys at that level. So this probably won't be the first time that something like that happens to Liam, and it won't be the last time. So he's just going to keep learning from it and keep growing as a fighter, and he'll go on to be a great world champion for us.
What's next for Liam?
It's a good question.
Does he need more fights before a title shot?
Well, my thought was I was hoping to roll him back out in November. I was hoping that we could fight him again in November, but we've got to wait and see what happens with his eye now. I think the doctor's first thoughts were that it's just flesh, hasn't split, hasn't damaged any of the bones. So he thinks that he'll be okay off his. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go against what he's saying there. But he's still got to get it checked properly tomorrow. See how he bounces back from that. If he bounces back fine, I'd love to put him on again in November. And who that's against, well, we'll wait and see. But he's fighting his way to the top of the welterweight division.
Big news item of the day, Tszyu's decided to axe his team. Your response to that, and where does Tszyu go from here, from your understanding?
Yeah, look, I think it's part of the journey. I think the journey that he's been on to date with the team has been a very successful one. They made their way to a world title, became the WBO world champion. So, that's a fantastic achievement for the team that he had, and I think a lot of credit's got to go to them for what they've done to that point. I'll still continue to work with all of them because we've still got a number of fighters that work with them, and Glenn Jennings is obviously a great person to work with. Him and Ash and the rest of the team, they're fantastic to work with. So we'll keep working with them. And for Tim, I think it's good. That he sees where his journey's going, and I think that's important. It's an individual sport, but it's really important the team you've got around you. So as the individual who's got to step into that ring and take those risks, it's really important that you know where your journey is and where you're headed. So I'm still looking forward to working with everyone that's been involved in today.
Tim's likely to go to America and train there or base himself there. Does that change anything with you guys? Do you still promote Tim Tszyu moving forward?
Yeah, we'll still promote Tim moving forward. I think when you want to be at that elite level, you've got to have access to the elite sparring anyway. And a lot of his big camps that he did, he was spending a lot of time in the US. So it's not uncommon to do that, and I think, to get access to that sparring in particular is really important.
Saw Nikita here tonight as well. He had a bit of a run-in with Michael Zarafa out the back. How soon can we see that fight?
Yeah, well, as I'd said to you recently, up until a few days ago, we were keeping an eye on Brock Jarvis. I was really keen on the Brock Jarvis fight. We had a Sydney location, and I thought that would have been a fantastic Sydney fight. Brock got injured, so that's put that one on hold, and the boys are already crossing paths and clashing. So it's one that I've always said that I want to see. Tszyu Zarafa it's the biggest grudge match that we've had since Mundine Green. It's the fight of the decade. So it's one that will really make the nation decide which side are you on. Are you on Team Tszyu or are you on Team Zarafa? And both have their strengths, both have their supporters, strong, very vocal supporters on either side. So we'll see how that all pans out. We haven't got anything locked away just yet though. So, don't think that I'm not giving you nothing. We don't have anything officially locked away yet. So given that what happened with Brock only just a couple of days ago, we've been working on this fight, so we'll look and see what we can lock away very soon and hopefully have some good news for you.
So Nikita stays with the team, his team, nothing changes with him. That's our understanding.
Oh, yeah. Nikita's still business as usual. Nikita will... Yeah, obviously Igor's doing great work with Nikita and continuing to grow him as a fighter, and Glenn managing him. So we'll still work with the team and look forward to putting on more good fights with them.
How many more shows left for the year?
Well, that's a really good question. It's literally changing by the day. It's changing by the day. Like I said, the Brock thing, that's changed dates, so I reckon we could probably still squeeze 2 in. How many do you want before Christmas? You tell me.
How many's Ash want?
Here's your exclusive. Here's your exclusive. I'm going to let you decide how many you want.
4. She wants $6,000.
4 fights. Well, what if we do 2, but he doubles the price? Deal. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, George. See you next Friday.
Hey, you know what? Actually, we could make sure that we bring in some Spanish-speaking fighters, and then you can pay her as a translator as well, because she was the best translator that we've had.
Yeah. Shout out to Ash translating this week as well.
Thank you.
What do you reckon about her translating?
Yes. Invoice Jay about that.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it.
Thank you.